Hi everyone, welcome back to my accounts on social media. I just want to make something more clear here, and anytime I make a video or make a statement or speak the truth on a certain matter that I'm seeing, that I'm experiencing, or just factual things that are taking place in the world, whether it's injustices, anything at all, I don't speak on these matters to hurt people. I don't speak on these matters to hurt you. I don't speak on any matter to hurt anybody. I speak on these matters for awareness, okay? It helps me grow as an individual. It helps other people who are on a similar wavelength, who aren't in denial, who are really on a path of self-righteousness, to really, be open to understanding what happens in the world. And so by now you should know me that I've always loved open dialogues in regards to intellectual pursuits, okay? So whether you're aware or not, I'm on my way of becoming a Muslim scholar. This is why I'm in Jordan. I didn't come to Jordan to learn about Islam. Both my parents are born and raised in Muslim countries. I've been around Muslims my entire life. I've been around multicultural people my entire life, so I'm very familiar and very aware the difference between Islam, a religion, and the difference between people's cultures and expectations of each, and the differentiating between the two and the emerging of the two that throughout the centuries people have been doing, communities have been doing, okay? So this is why I speak up on certain things. It's not to hurt people. This is why. So for those of us who are Muslims, who practice Islam authentically, genuinely, striving the best as we can every day, even though as humans we make errors, we make mistakes, the intention is to be better and do better every day, right? I just completed my salah, so let's continue. Let me retract my thought here. Give me 1 second. So yes, Islam is a religion of truth. It's also considered a religion of concealing of one's sins, okay? But we have to understand that when to speak and when to conceal. We have to understand these things. Not to hurt others, not to degrade others, not to say it in a degrading manner, not to judge others, not to put them down, not to feel more superior over them, because these things, they all get judged. It's how we deliver the message, right? Okay, well, personally, I'm actually a very secretive person. I can guarantee you the closest people who have ever seen me or met me, they know probably half, tiny little spectrum of a little date of information about me, or truths of my spirit. If that can even, if this even it could be understood to you, by you. A lot of people don't even understand what that means, and that has to do with your awareness, God consciousness. That has to do with your awareness with your own self, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is how I really want to talk about how in today's age, a lot of men, some women too, but a lot of men, because we're going to strictly talk about Islam right now, are coming on women's platforms. When I say platform, social media platform, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, Facebook, the whole 9 yards, everything else that they use. I only use these 3. Sometimes I use WhatsApp, but that's for other purposes such as tourism and whatnot, and psychology services. But a lot of guys are using women's reverts and non-reverts platforms as an excuse to date. Okay, remember, whether you're a revert or not, women, dating is strictly forbidden in Islam, okay? Using the excuse using the excuse that we're Muslims, or this is a Muslim community, or I want to know this, or yeah, we're exchanging intellectual debate, which is good, but using the excuse to kind of contact someone and, talk to them 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, this is not an Islamic connection, guys. I don't know if you're fooling yourself at this point, because the person in front of you is not stupid, okay? Dating is strictly forbidden, okay? We make sins. You have sins. You fall weak. You repent and you do it all over again. But the person in front of you is not stupid. And I'm not talking about myself. I could be, but I'm also talking about other women that I'm seeing, other things that are happening to other women as well. Okay. And then we want to talk about marriage now, because then there's the whole concept of these guys are talking about, well, in our countries, cheating is normal. Okay, cheating happens everywhere. The language of cheating doesn't know religion, doesn't know race, doesn't know nationality, doesn't know or understand tribe. If someone is going to cheat, they're going to cheat. And then they're bringing the concept of, well, men, honey bunny. I am not a fool. There's the concept, they bring up the concept of Muslim men are allowed to have up to four wives. Okay. Let's get some things straightened out and have some facts here. If a Muslim man can keep up, marry, provide a home, regularly provide financial stability for her, for the kids, for the house, regularly, be good to her, emotionally support her, help her out, physically be there for her, each one of them. And if up to all four of these women, even if you're succeeding and you're doing well, are aware of each other, then this is not cheating. Mind you, each wife, whether it's the second or the first or the third or the fourth, she is allowed to opt out of the marriage and to divorce. A woman and a man has the right to divorce, whatever reason, okay? If she feels or he feels that their rights are being not met, or their needs are not being met because he's not providing what she needs according to what they wrote on their marriage, with the sheikh, the imam. But there's in Islam, this is not comparable. I have also noticed that majority of the guys who talk this way can't even afford a house for themselves. So I'm not sure if they're expecting, this is kind of a delusional, it's like a dream that, okay, my point is, you're going to do whatever you're going to do, okay? This is whatever you're going to do. I cannot stop anyone. I do not want to stop anyone. The book is there. God consciousness is there. Allah has provided you, sent the last prophet, peace be upon him, Muhammad. It's all in front of you. I do not have to sit here and teach you. You know. I'm sure you know. If you don't know, you must think the person in front of you doesn't know. But this is not how it operates, okay? You need to have a house. You need to be, as a man, you need to be able to take care of yourself. So whether a woman has property or not, and you don't have property, she's not liable of taking care of you. This is not Islam. Okay, and then there's maybe the concept of, okay, well, maybe I have one home and I have one wife, and maybe the second wife will allow us, I have a room for each of them. Okay, for example, I highly doubt if you have a Middle Eastern wife and you want to marry a second wife who's from the Western world, who's independent and has her own whatever, I highly doubt she's going to accept wanting to live in the same house as another woman, even if she knows of this first wife or other woman. Okay? You have to understand something. As a man, if you cannot take care of yourself, if you cannot provide a home, if you cannot work, if you do not have a job, please do not think about, just do not even think about having up to 4 wives, because this is going to turn into a huge disaster. I really highly, who's going to take care of all these children with what houses? No woman is going to say. Also, social media should never be used for marriage proposals either. Okay? I just want to get this out and across. It should not be used for these situations. I hope I'm getting my message out there, because there seems to be a lot of people who are wanting to be a little bit ignorant, okay? And it's just, come on, guys. Look what century we're living in. All information is in front of you. In a split second, you can find all the answers. Please read, reread, relearn, refinding yourself. I have a client. One moment. Another thing that I want to mention is if you have face tattoos, if you have any tattoos on your body, please don't ever, and you're a revert or not even a revert, please don't ever feel like discouraged to become a Muslim scholar. There are well-recognized Muslim scholars who have tattoos. You can find them on their own social media. Please don't ever feel discouraged, okay? Also remember, as reverts, all of this, it gets erased. Allah judges the heart, not the face, not the wealth. I always say this to people. Allah judges the heart, not the face, not the wealth. And reverts, when you take your shahada, all this gets erased. So in regards to, doing the whole thing with the Arabic language, I'm obviously going to be in and out of school in Amman. Months ago I was talking about there's a possibility of me going to Egypt because there's, a good scholarship program there and whatnot. But mastering written Arabic is very, very important if I'm going to be a successful scholar. Come on, guys. It is what it is. So this is the intention of why I'm going to school, because so many people have been... Let's be real. Let's be honest, okay? Like I said, I don't say anything, but the number of these marriage proposals, genuine marriage proposals, has been rising in the past several months. Majority by Jordanian men who have money. Not that I'm looking at it and that I'm caring about people's income, okay? But because I want to be real right now. I'm always real, but providing a home, willing to take me to get my umrah. Not one, several. Like I said, I'm not ready. Okay, and I'm declining these offers because I'm still used to my independent streak. And somebody was telling me last night that no one can control you, we know this, but Islam is going to control you, and I have absolutely no problem with that. If I'm on my path of becoming a Muslim scholar, if I got down on my knees and I submitted myself to Islam, prostrating to the call to Islam, when my heart was... I have no problem with that. But that doesn't mean I'm submitting to people. It doesn't mean I'm submitting to someone who's not lawfully to be my husband the way I see fit for my life. The way I need to be provided for and taken care of. Do you understand? Concept of me going back to Armenia in May, and how I've mentioned, I'm gonna sell my apartment. Until I'm back there, I'm not gonna know 100%, because what if I do get married and then I get divorced? I'm gonna need a sense of security. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. But I'm gonna say what I tell everybody: marriage is fate. I'm a firm believer marriage is fate. Allah chooses that person for us. Do you understand? I came from a background of, I was an atheist before, studied every form of mysticism, every form of religion, and Islam took me. So before Islam took me, I was coming from the concept of I'm never gonna be with anyone because That's how independent of a human being I am. I love to get things done. I'm very action oriented. There's a time to rest. There's a time to get things done, you know? So unless the person's life aligns with my life and I am provided for in the way I see fit, because I'm a lover, I'm a giver, I'm a good wife, I'm a good mother, I'm a good everything. So I need to be provided for 10 times more in other areas, because there's only so much I can do physically. Do you understand? And I'm not talking about just for me, I'm talking about for other women as well. Because just because someone is Muslim, whether it doesn't mean that they have good. So just because someone is Muslim doesn't mean that they have good intentions, doesn't mean they practice the religion, doesn't mean they, even if they do practice the religion, it doesn't mean that they strive to do what is expected of the religion or the rights of the woman all the time. And that goes for all of us, men and women, right? Okay, but my point is, basic needs, it still needs to be met. And divorce, obviously no one wants to get divorced if they have children, if they have family involved. It can be painful, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, every way, shape, and form, but it's still a right in Islam. And sometimes, if not a lot of times, it's more painful to stay married in a situation where you cannot see it. So again, I want to leave this video with, I don't laugh at people, I don't degrade people, men or women. This is wrong on so many levels. I wouldn't look righteous. It wouldn't make me righteous. It doesn't make me feel good as a human being. If I speak on something, it's because I'm speaking on something that should be spoken about in that moment. All right? Not to hurt the person. It's never to hurt the person. Listen, my intention is to bring back the beginning of Islam, in particular the women, because in the beginning of Islam it was the women who were very much strong. At least they were stronger than what they're considered to be in the last 1,000 years, because people's cultures got involved and put women aside.